Well, welcome to Alan's Day. This is part 21, day 22. I missed one day out of the last 22 days working on the 99 Jeep Cherokee, which you do not see in there for once. Where the Cherokee is right there. Yesterday it was out to get the window put in, and then also they did the AC work and air conditioner work and the front end alignment. So we're making progress. So this is going to be the last part in this series because it has to be done, because I am leaving tomorrow with the Pete and the trailer. So Crusty, the Jeep, has to get loaded up there. I don't know if we can call it Crusty anymore. But anyways, making progress on it. Let me turn you around here and show you a little bit about what we got going on. So, you can see all the stuff we did on there. I got to put some little caps over the top of these bumpers on here because I had to cut these off at a Sawzall the other night to get it up onto the truck, because I needed to gain that extra 2 inches of room so I had clearance. Got the plates on there finally. They got the new windshield in there, and it is coming along pretty good. It's got the armor on the side. The big improvement on there is that that rub rail on the bottom here. I still got to put my little pieces down on here, but we're getting there. I've got the corner or the side armor for it also. And one thing I got to fix is the exhaust on here. I put a brand new exhaust on there. I think it was a Flow something exhaust system. It just sounds like the 180 Alice Chalmer. So I've got a muffler that I've got to, or a resonator, ultra quiet. I'm not quite sure what the brand is on there, but it's I hope it's going to work, if it's even the right way to go about it, but I got to do something. So the next piece of the puzzle is this is the side armor on there that with the flares that cover up the rest of the rust on that around the wheel wells on there. And there again, this pop rivets on there. I'll put a little bit of glue on there. I'll show you tonight how I'm putting those on there. I got to get myself back to work. I just snuck out to go pick up the Jeep. Got the bezels for the headlights and windshield wipers, and this is the, what is this, the ultra quiet resonator. We're going to see if it picks up to that. So this was something I picked up here, and it looks like a pretty nice system. It's all stainless steel, but you can see right through it, so I don't know how that's going to make it quieter. But anyways, I'm going to cut that a hole in the system there and get that put in there. So like I said, this is the last part, the last night working on this. I'll get this pulled in here, and that way when I get home from work tonight, I will finish up Crusty. Well, we have a slight delay. Took off work a little early today so we can get Crusty loaded on there yet tonight. When I was going down the highway at 70 miles an hour with the air conditioning on, it's about 95 degrees out, the temperature started to raise up on old Crusty there. So I got to do a little troubleshooting, change up the thermostat as long as I'm in there, start changing some hoses out, got some a sensor, some relays, and see what I can do to get this overheating, or it's not overheating, just running hot. And one of the reasons it's running hot is the electric fan is not kicking in. But checking the relays, checking the fuses, And if I go through and on the fan relay, put my tester on there, give it some power, I can get it so I know the fan is working. Now I just got to figure out why there's no signal from here to the fan when it gets hot. And I'm thinking it's working. I got to change the sensor out right here. And because the sensor supposedly tells the computer that the fan, there is not a switch on this particular unit, I don't think, that controls when the fan kicks in there. Worst case scenario is we're going to jump these two wires here and we are going to put a toggle switch on there. And we're going to have a full-time fan on there when we got the key on. So wish me luck. Might be making another trip into town. Also the clutch fan on here side of this might get changed out today. We'll see how that works there if I got time on there. But first of all, get the electric one working. The coolant system on here. Originally, temperature was getting high, and that fan, the electric fan, was not kicking in. So I just started throwing some parts at it. Changed out the sensor, which is located right on the thermostat housing. Changed that out. Changed the relay out that was in the box here. So could have been either one of those. And then I took and for preventative, I changed all the hoses and I changed the thermostat. What a shit show that was, getting those frickin' spring clamps off of there, because there was absolutely no room to get in there to get at it. So 3 of the 4 big spring clamps, I changed them out and I put a normal frickin' hose clamp on there. Yeah, these definitely have their purpose and use, but they're just a pain in the ass. And the other thing that sort of bothered me, do they put springs in the lower radiator hose to keep them from collapsing? Well, the one I got from bumper to bumper did not have a spring inside, so I took the spring out of the other one. That was a shit show. And then as long as I was up here, I changed out and put some silicone hoses on here, along with the correct clamps for a silicone hose. So far so good. AC's on. Whoop. Thermostat is starting to open up there a little bit because it's starting to bubble back on me. So I better get out of here and cap that off with coolant. So, oh, there it went down. So I think we got the coolant system squared away, or at least enough for now. Now I'll move on to the everything else on the list. Resonator on there. Only took a couple of minutes. Real easy. Take the Sawzall, chop it off, put it in there. I'm not quite sure what a resonator is though, but we're going to find out once we start it up. So here's the what is that? That's a Flowmaster muffler, which too loud for me. And then here is the fancy stainless steel resonator. So we'll get that fired up. But I got a small delay in the coolant, which I thought I was done. Put it on there, and I had a leak on my the thermostat housing was leaking. I don't know if the thermostat dropped, or typically I don't put RTV on both sides, so I pulled it apart, RTV'd it, and let it cure a little bit while I was putting the muffler on. So we're going to see what happened. One thing that you need to keep in mind, or I do, is when I'm welding on a vehicle, either pull the battery post or put a surge protector. And that simply just clamps onto the battery post here, and that may or may not help when you're welding. That's going to mess with your electronics. So cheap insurance, so at least it makes me feel better. So well, I will get the Jeep back on the ground, check and see if the RTV cured all a little bit, and try putting coolant in again, and then continue on. Well, I think we got a win. We got no leak on the thermostat there. Thermostat housing. I got the coolant in here. I switched everything over to this. Whoop. Let me grab it again. It's getting away from me. This Shell Rotella. It's the same stuff I run in the Pete. So it's good for 1.2 million miles. So I got a ways to go before I burn out my antifreeze on this thing here. So I think I'm going to shut the hood and call this frickin' thing done in here. Well, we're still working on it. We got one armor in here. I still have to put, these only come down to this distance here. I've got to make a little piece of metal to fit down in here and bend that, pop rivet that in, and possibly even weld that right to the deck here. So I got to get that in on both sides yet. I decided to go with the stainless steel rivets on here. They have 5/16 nut inserts, some real heavy duty ones, which are a real good idea. But I didn't have time to mess with the nut inserts, so that's why I'm just going stainless pop rivets. And behind there, I put a couple of dollops of that Bostik in there. What else do we get done here? I got the inside, went through there. The door cards are all loosening up, so put a self-tapper here. Pop riveted these down with some aluminum pop rivets. So we're getting right down to the end of it. And I think I'm done with underneath the hood there. Working my way back. I did add a couple little pieces of aluminum on the front here just to cover up where I hacked it off on there. It's just a brush runner and a grocery getter, so it doesn't have to be fancy. And we got a surprise tonight. We got Alyssa helping tonight again to bail me out. So she is going through and drilling all these in and putting the Clecos in there, and then we'll take it back off, clean the shavings off, put some Bostik behind it, and put her on there. I think we're going to be able to get her on the truck yet tonight. That's the goal.
That'd be good.
So we'll bring you back when we get that all done and we get her off the lift for the last time, at least for this week anyways. So besides, you only come down to here, so we put a little patch panel, welded it from the side going up into there. Let's get the other side put on here. Getting it all drilled in there, and we're going to get some paint on there, and we're going to get it loaded up yet tonight. Before dark this time. And I think it's almost before dark. Lucky me. So, got it all strapped down, got everything done. Everything's checked off the list. So, I will finish loading up some of that wood that's in there for the project I got going down there. And I'm off tomorrow afternoon. So thank you for sticking around with all these parts on getting Crusty put back together. It's done. There'll be a few other putsy things with it, but for the most part it's done. And thanks to Alyssa coming and bailing me out on this deal again. We got her going. So talk to you guys later. Thank you for watching Alan's Day. Life is about making choices. Some things are already perfect. Some things you may choose to upgrade. This channel will show you both. Please like, subscribe, and share. Thanks again.